and sympathy. But before that, we're going to start with a beautiful Quranic recitation from Hassan and Nasir.
الذين كفروا وصدوا عن سبيل الله أضل أعمالهم والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وآمنوا بما نزل على محمد وهو الحق من ربهم كفر عنهم سيئاتهم وأصلح بالهم ذلك من ربهم كذلك يضرب الله للناس أمثالهم فإذا لم يشدوا الوثاق فإما منا بعد وإما فداء أن حتى تزال الله فلن يضل أعمالهم.
Jazakumullahu khairan, Sister Hassana, for this wonderful Quranic recitation you've given. May Allah reward you with al-jannah of and sympathy. As empathy, you know the situation between the rich ones, or let's say the fortunate ones, and to the less privileged. If you have empathy or sympathy for, even though it's your sibling, there's a way it looks like. It looks more beautiful. It looks more, like the relationship. If you have pity, you have sympathy for somebody. So inshallah, Sister Aisha is going to tell us more about that. Sister Aisha, tafaddali.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi. In Islam, both empathy and sympathy are different. Empathy involves understanding and sharing the feelings of others. In Islamic teachings, this is reflected on the concept of compassion, rahmah. The Prophet Muhammad
sallallahu
alayhi wasallam
is often troubles of others and to treat them with kindness and compassion. Sympathy, in the other hand, is the feelings of care and concern for someone else's misfortune. Is also important. The Quran and Hadith highlight the importance of helping those in need, comforting the distressed, and sharing the burdens of others. Act of kindness, act of charity, sadaqah, and support for the less fortunate. Muslims are encouraged to cultivate these qualities through community support, helping those in need, and engaging in acts of kindness. The importance of family, community, and social responsibility in Islam reinforces these values, promoting a society where individuals care for one another. In summary, empathy and sympathy are integral to Islamic teachings, guiding believers to foster compassion, support, and understanding in their interactions. Thank you.
At-Takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
As she said, brothers and sisters, having empathy is very, very important. And you can also have sympathy for your Muslim brothers and sisters in Islam. If you're a Muslim, you're a brother to the other Muslim. Just like the way the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to Medina, they shared their plots with them. Some of them even divorced their wives and gave to the Medina people to marry them. They gave them houses, they gave them clothes, shelter. Not even by giving everything, every little thing you give for sadaqah has reward in Allah's presence. Because giving reward is out of uncomfort of life, out of problems. You can even help by taking someone to the hospital if he has any problem, by giving them food, sadaqah, just sadaqah. Jazakumullahu khairan, Sister Aisha. And inshallah, Sister Amatullah here is going to continue.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Bismillah walhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Empathy and sympathy are significant themes in the Quran and Hadith, emphasizing compassion and understanding toward others. Empathy in the Quran. I would like to talk about two things in empathy in the Quran. Firstly, understanding others' struggles, and second, shared humanity. Firstly, understanding others' struggles. The Quran encourages believers to consider the feelings and experiences of others. For instance, verses that contains The importance of being kind to the poor and orphans. Example, Surah Al-Baqarah verse 177. Reflect the importance of understanding their plight. Second, shared humanity. The Quran emphasizes that all humans are part of a single family, which fosters empathy. Surah Al-Hujurat, chapter 49, verse 13. Highlight that diversity among people should lead to mutual respect and understanding. Sympathy in the Quran. Firstly, compassionate actions. The Quran calls for actions that reflect sympathy, such as helping those in need and forgiving others. Example, Surah An-Nur, verse 22. This aligns with the broader Islamic principle of doing good and supporting one another. Second, encouragement of forgiveness. The emphasis on forgiveness in various verses, example, Surah Al-Imran, verse 134, shows that sympathy involves not just feelings, but also actions that promote peace and harmony. Salaam alaikum.
At-takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
At-takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Sister Amatullah, thank you so much for this wonderful discussion you've given, for the very good discussion you've given us on empathy and sympathy. As you can see, empathy and sympathy was even mentioned in the Quran. She said Surah Al-Nur, verse ayah 32, ayah 22, and also Surah Al-Hujurat, chapter 49, ayah 13. Even in Surah Al-Baqarah, and even some hadiths which are authorized. We are going for a very short break. Don't forget that you're still with us on Citizen FM 93.7 in the federal city of Abuja. We're going for a very short break. If we come back, we're going to continue. So don't...
يا من صليت بكل الأنبياء، يا من في قلبك رحمة للناس، يا من ألفت قلوبا بالإسلام، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي، حبيبي يا محمد، أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد، حبيبي يا محمد، يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، يا من حليت حياتنا بالإيمان، يا من بجمالك علمت الإحسان، يا من نورت قلوبنا بالقرآن، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي، حبيبي يا محمد، أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد، حبيبي يا محمد، يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، صلى الله على خاتم الأنبياء، محمد رحمة للعالمين، رحمة للعالمين، محمد رحمة للعالمين، رحمة للعالمين، حبيبي يا محمد، أتيت بالسلام.
Welcome back to your favorite show, Fomwan Young Scholars, coming from One Young Scholars show. Before we went for the break, we were talking about empathy and sympathy in Islam, which are very two important topics which were even inside the Quran and some hadith. In Islam, both empathy and sympathy are deep valued and emphasized as essential virtues in interpersonal relationship. Inshallah, Sister Halima Dauda is going to tell us more about empathy and sympathy, and also Sister Fatima is going to tell us the scholars which have made their own view on empathy and sympathy. Sister Halima, tafaddali.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
I'm going to be talking about empathy and sympathy in Hadith. 1. Prophetic example. The Prophet Muhammad
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
The Prophet Muhammad's life is a model of empathy and sympathy. He is reported to have said, "The merciful are shown mercy by the merciful." Sunan al-Abi Dawood. This highlights the reciprocal nature of compassion. 2. Community care. Many hadiths emphasize caring for one another, such as, "None of you truly believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself." Sahih al-Bukhari. This statement encourages believers to empathize with others' feelings and desires. 3. Comforting others. The Prophet guidance on comforting those in grief and being there for others illustrates the practical application of sympathy in daily life. In conclusion, both the Quran and Hadith, empathy and sympathy, are foundational principles that encourages believers to cultivate compassion, understanding, and support for one another, reinforcing the importance of community and kindness in Islam. Thank you.
At-takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Thank you so much, Sister Halima. She said that many hadith, as we said before, even many ayahs we have in Surah Al-Hujurat, Surah Al-Nur, Surah Al-Baqarah that talks about, even Surah Ali Imran that talks about empathy and sympathy, is encouraging of forgiveness. And also, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a model of empathy and sympathy. He is reported to have said, "The merciful are shown mercy by the merciful." Sunan Abi Dawood. This highlights the reciprocal nature of compassion. And then also many hadiths emphasize caring for one another, such as this one hadith that said, "La yu'minu ahdukum hatta yuhibbu li akhihi ma yuhibbu li nafsihi." None of you truly believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. You won't like anything bad to happen to you. So also for your brother in Islam, you also have to love for yourself what you love for your brother. And also comforting others and being there for others illustrates the practical application of sympathy in daily life. Jazakumullahu khairan, Sister Halima Dauda. At-takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
And inshallah, Sister Fatima Usman Tukur is going to tell us about the Islamic scholars that have explored empathy and sympathy extensively, emphasizing bull scholars. Sister Fatima, tafaddali.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Firstly, Imam Al-Ghazali emphasized the importance of compassion in ethical behavior. He argued that empathy allows individuals to understand the suffering of others, fostering a sense of community and moral responsibility. His works often highlight the necessity of feeling for others as a means of the role of empathy in social cohesion. He believed that empathy creates strong bonds within a community, leading to mutual support and stability. His concept of asabiya, social solidarity, is closely linked to the idea that understanding and supporting one another strengthens societal ties. Thirdly, Imam Ibn Arabi, a prominent Sufi scholar, viewed empathy as a means of spiritual connection. He thought that experiencing the feelings of others is essential for recognizing the divine presence in all people. This perspective emphasizes compassion as a pathway to deeper spiritual understanding. Assalamu alaikum.
At-takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Ghazali said, he even argued that empathy allows individuals to understand the suffering of others, putting others' feelings in your being, putting yourself in other people's shoes, fostering a sense of community and moral responsibility. He works often highlights the necessity of Muhammad Iqbal, which is he made his own view on the importance of empathy and sympathy in Islam. We will be going for a Quranic recitation, Surah Al-Kafi by Sister Hassana Nasir. Jazakumullah khairan for being with us. Don't forget that you're still on Citizen FM 93.7, the Federal City of Abuja. I remain your host, Aisha Muhammad Jibrilla.
يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات سلام عليك سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك يا نبي سلام عيناي شوقا ولطيبة ذرفت عشقا فأتيت إلى حبيبي فاهدأ يا قلب ورفقا صلي على محمد.
Welcome back to your favorite show, Fomwan Young Scholars, coming to you on Citizen FM 90 of Fomwan Basic School. And Fomwan Basic School is located at plot 190 Aminu Kano Crescent, opposite Hotel The Horizon, Usetu, Abuja. You can also reach the management of the school if you want to enroll as young scholar like us, because everybody in Fomwan is a young scholar. You can reach them on this number 081 35 35 2690. Jazakumullah khairan for joining us. We're going to have, as I said, if we come back from the break, we're going to have a short Quranic recitation from Surah Al-Kafi by Sister Hassana. Tafaddali.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا ماكثين فيه أبدا وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا صدق الله العظيم.
التكبير
الله أكبر
التكبير
الله أكبر.
Jazakumullahu khairan, Sister Hassana, for this wonderful recitation you've given me. Allah bless you so much. We are going to continue on our discussion on empathy and sympathy. Sister Muhsin is going to continue.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum
Salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Contemporary scholars. Many contemporary scholars emphasize the relevance of empathy in addressing modern social issues. They argue that empathy is essential for fostering dialogue and understanding in a criminal context to cultivate more compassionate society. Conclusion. Islamic scholars across history have constantly highlighted empathy and sympathy as essential virtues that enhance individual character and strengthen community bonds. Their teaching unmendable but also vital for social harmony and spiritual growth. In Islam, empathy and sympathy foundational values that promote community action and personal morality. Thank you.
At-takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
All what you've been hearing here are all the young sheikhs by using our address or calling the management. The address is plot 190 Aminu Kano Crescent 690. Thank you so much, Jazakumullahu khairan, for joining us. And inshallah, Sister Zainab Aminu is going to continue.
Alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Empathy, understanding others. Empathy allows individuals to understand and share the feelings of others, fostering compassion and
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
exemplified empathy through his interactions, demonstrating kindness and understanding toward the marginalized and progress. Social harmony. By encouraging empathy, Islam promotes unity and reduces conflict, as individuals are more likely to resolve disputes amicably. Sadaqah means sharing something to others and support for those in need, reflecting the importance of caring for others. 2. Community, reinforcing the idea that the well-being of the community is a collective friendship. Sympathy, which help the in healthy relationship. Together,
Allahu Akbar.
together, empathy and sympathy foster a caring and just society, aligning with the core Islam.
At-takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
She said that empathy and sympathy fosters understanding, mutual respect, reciprocal respect between the individual or also in the community. Sympathy. So don't forget that you're still on Citizen FM 93.7 in the federal city of Abuja. Don't touch that.
مرحبا وسهلا كل من محله، هذا العالم اوسع بتنوعنا واحلى، زينا المباني حققنا الاماني، عيش اللحظه معنا ودق اليدا، وهيا هيا 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 ويلا تهيا، بسم
once again to this favorite show from One Young Scholars, coming to you on Citizen FM 93.7 in the federal city of Abuja. Empathy, the importance, and also the view of it in the Quran, Hadith, and also the view of the scholars. And now, Sister Khadija Usman Muhammad is going to tell us more about empathy, because empathy is a very broad topic. Empathy is a topic that it is everywhere. Empathy is needed everywhere in the
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Sharing empathy and sympathy between Muslim and non-Muslim bring a wide range of benefit to society, promoting harmony, mutual respect, and cooperation. Some of the key benefits include: firstly, fostering understanding and breaking down stereotypes and misconceptions about different religious, cultural background. This understanding helps reduce fear, ignorance, and prejudice, leading to more inclusive and tolerant communities. Secondly, building trust and cooperation. When Muslim and non-Muslim shows sympathy and lead to stronger communities bonds, encouraging cooperation in addressing social issues like poverty, health care, and education benefit all members of society. Thirdly, enhancing social unity. Empathy and sympathy can transit people under shared human express such as joy, suffering, and loss. Thank you.
At-Takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
At-Takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
You will be sympathy and empathy in between them. Because when there is sympathy, there won't be so much suffering, so much loss, so much hunger, and also poverty. Because sometimes poverty causes a person to do so much things, goes into bad vices and many things. But if there's sympathy between you, let's say even your neighbor, there's sometimes you live in a neighborhood that there is less privileged people. You should also try to help them some unconfusion. Jazakumullah khairan for listening to us. Don't forget that you're still on Citizen FM 93.7, the federal city of Abuja. And inshallah, Sister Halima Buhari is going to also tell us more about empathy and sympathy. Tafaddali.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Promoting peace and conflict resolution. Understand each other's perspective and feel compassion. They are more likely to engage in peaceful dialogue and non-violent solution disputes. Encouraging moral and ethical values across religious lines. Society reinforces moral behavior such as helping the poor, defending the old, enhancing personal growth and character. Engaging in acts of sympathy and empathy allows individual growth to emotionally and spiritually. It encourages Muslim and non-Muslim alike to live more meaningful lives. Setting around value of kindness, generosity, and understanding are essential, reducing barriers to communicate and allow different religious groups. Thank you.
At-Takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
Jazakumullah khairan, Sister Halima. We're going to go for just a 2-minute break. If we're back, we're going to also have a class discussion with my ukhtis here. And don't forget you
Amatullah Salis.
young sheikhs. All the students of Fomwan Basic School are also young sheikhs. To reach them, you can call 081
صلوا على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وبمحمد نبيا ورسولا. الصبح بدا من طلعته والليل انولا، أهدى السبل لدلالته فقالته كنز الكرم عذب الكلم هادي الحسب هو خير نبي في أمته أستمتي. الصبح بدا الصبح بدا الصبح بدا.
Welcome back to your most favorite show, Fomwan Young Scholars, coming to you on Citizen Basic School. For the answers and questions, and also discuss. Question 1. What is empathy in Islam?
Empathy in Islam involves understanding and sharing feelings of others in Islamic teaching.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
So we should all try to be.
Refers to the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It also encourages Muslims to put themselves in others' interaction with others. Question 2. How is sympathy different from empathy in Islam? Any idea?
Is the feeling of care and concern for others. Why empathy involves understanding and sharing the feelings of others.
At-takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
Sympathy is feeling pity or sorrow for someone else's misfortune, while empathy involves a deeper. What empathy is often emphasized as it leads to more meaningful support and compassion. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Anyone? Okay, Sister Zainab.
Shusha Hamni.
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam encouraged Muslims to understand the struggle of others and to treat them with kindness and compassion.
Sallam showed empathy towards the poor and marginalized, often sharing food and support with them. He also listened to their concerns and provided guidance, demonstrating his deep understanding of their struggle. We're going to also have a Quranic recitation, again by Sister Hassana. But before then, these are more examples of empathy in Islamic teachings. The story of Prophet Ayub. In the Quran, the story of Prophet Ayub highlights his patience and vital, even in times of personal trials. Secondly, the hadith about helping others. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "The merciful are shown mercy by the merciful." Be merciful on the earth, and even non-Muslims. If you're being merciful to them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show mercy from above. This teaches that showing empathy and kindness to other people. Thirdly, the concept of ummah. In Islam, the concept of ummah emphasizes the collective responsibility of Muslims, whether through emotionally comfort or practical daily life problems, or also practically by dashing out, by giving them clothing. Was known for his active listening skills. He will listen attentively to those who came to him with their problems, demonstrating empathy by validating their feelings and providing thoughtful advice. Charity and support. Islam encourages acts of charity, sadaqah, and helping those in need. This is a form of empathy. This is a form of showing empathy, as it involves the understanding of hardship faced by others and taking action to alleviate their suffering. This brings This is where we're going to have a Quranic recitation by Sister Hassan and Nasir. And inshallah, after the Quranic recitation, we are going for that is the end of the program. Sister Hassana, tafaddali. تفضلي.
أعوذ الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاءك المنافقون قالوا نشهد إنك لرسول الله والله يعلم إنك لرسول والله يعلم اتخذوا أيمانهم جنة فصدوا عن سبيل الله إنهم ساء ما كانوا يعملون ذلك بأنهم آمنوا ثم كفروا فطبع على قلوبهم وإن يقولوا تسمع لقولهم كأنهم خشب مسندة.
Brings the end of this program. But also, there is another surprise for you people. The parent bodies of Fomwan Basic School are going to have their own program next week Friday. Jazakumullahu khairan for joining us. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka rabbil alamin. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi